And the green flag is out, and we are racing at Mallory. Brian McCurrow would jump out to an early lead. Jeffrey McClintock Jr. would follow, but in the back, hard crash into the barrier on the right side of your screen now. We'll go on board with Bradley Perez. He's going to go for one of the wildest rides we've seen all week. He's got shoved off into the grass and into the barriers going up to turn 1. Looking back for Jeffrey McClintock Sr., you'll see he gets in the back of him, makes contact, even puts that contact to the back of the Daytona 500 winner Bobby Campbell and then Jonathan Tolman. Both those cars get a little sideways, but Bradley Perez on the crappy end of the stick per se. And look at Campbell moving up to the middle. We'll go on board him now. Maybe 4 wide at 1.3. He's going to get past Fessler and Lombard, and we'll start working on Dowdy as they go into 3 and 4. Going to go on board with Jeffrey McClintock Jr. His rampant is not over. He pushes Fessler out of the way, makes it 3 wide with Lombard. Now Fessler makes contact with Fessler. He's going to turn Lombard and Fessler into the sand trap. This is where it gets scary. In the back, Anthony McGuire running solo is going to be turned by the 20 right into the side of the 25, sending both those cars flying over 1.5 and leaving Anthony McGuire on his side that rolls back over on his wheels. Andrew Fessler would be done for the day. On board with Anthony McGuire to see what his view looked like, just blindsided. And that camera stayed on the whole time. Bravo to those cameras. On board with Jeffrey Stanton. He's going to come really close to that pit wall. That pit wall would play an unfortunate end to some people's races today. And let's get to that right now. Green flag back out after a caution for those 2 cars flipping. It would be nothing hard for Jeffrey McClintock Jr., who took that ride after Brady Tennant was injured in the Chicagoland crash last week. Jeffrey McClintock Jr. sitting second, took the lead away from Brian McCurrow and never looked back. Now Joe Davis trying to catch him, riding in second place. Joe Davis being a rookie, not really knowing all the ins and outs of Mallory, but he would try. Now back to Ian Dowdy and Triffin Davis in the 24. Coming off the corner, they're going to catch a slow car. Steve Rada getting turned by Colin Brown and the 00 Kyle Young. Now, this is where the race would get scary. The 18 also goes off with help from the Tide car. Now, this is where it gets scary, as I just said. Jeffrey McClintock Sr. nowhere to go. When Colin Brown hits the end of the pit wall and sends him back into the front of the field, Jonathan Tolman is there. Stephen Knight, Ian Dowdy, Jeffrey Stanton, Alex Bates. There's Timmy Pacioli. Ryan Williams goes upside down. James Chu's going to make it around the outside. Hard contact, and those cars came to an immediate stop. But the one we are scared about is Jeffrey McClintock Sr. He took a terrible ride. We would have an update at the end of the race. The race must go on, though. After a lengthy red flag period, the green flag would fly again, and Jeffrey McClintock Jr. would lead the race and expand it on the restart. Joe Davis having a little bit of trouble with the Brian McCurrow machine, the one that's out on the pole, trying to hold him off in second, on board with Eddie Roberts. Eddie Roberts going to take that position away from Joe Davis. He's going to dive in second place, but could he make it stick? Through the corner, it seemed like it fell off, and we'll have to see if it works here, and it doesn't. The high side prevails. Eddie Roberts would have to make another attempt at it. In the back, Kyle Young, he's not had the best of all seasons. White flag would be out this time by, so he was trying to work on getting around Jason Shelinski. Could he do it? That would be a spot for 5th. But off turn 4, Jeffrey McClintock Jr. in a race that has been up and down for him and his dad would take the checkered flag. We would have an update later on his father. Jeffrey McClintock Jr. in his first race wins, sits second. Now, battle for 6th. Or second, I mean. Eddie Roberts could not get it away from Joe Davis. In the back, Kyle Young, Jeffrey Stanton at the line, almost identical. There's the 24 and the 16. Now we would have a look at our points. A crazy race at Mallory. Colin Brown and Ian Dowdy have been released from the Info Care Center after that terrible lap 5 crash. Jeffrey McClintock Sr. the one that was in question the most. He has been pronounced dead after the crash that he sustained into the pit wall and into the field. It is not said the extent of his injuries, but keep a close eye on the FMBRacing.com forums, the offline forums that is, for more information regarding the incident and news toward the series itself. We head next week to another new track, so keep tuned to Totally Gaming HD2 for the offline series, and thank you for watching.